Back here at home, if you're in need of a job, the Corpus Christi Fire Department is currently looking for new recruits. The department has annual recruiting to keep up with staffing. Officials say they would like to see more diversity in their force and are encouraging more women to apply. 4 women are in the department's newest class of 34 that will begin training next month. Fire Chief Robert Rocha explains how the initial process works.
First, a written examination, but then next is the physical agility test. And what we'd like to tell people who are thinking about careers in the fire service is to start working out. Make sure that you do your cardio and do your lifting.
There are a few requirements. You must be a U.S. citizen between the ages of 19 and 35 and have a high school diploma. If you are interested, you can head over to their website, cctexas.com.